I think we're getting pretty good at this podcasting thing. What do you think?
Oh, is that what you think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure that you and 30 of our closest friends agree with you.
Yeah. Well, maybe you're getting really good at this podcasting thing. I'm your biggest fan, man.
No, it's good that I have one fan.
Mm-hmm.
See, but you have people that reach out to you.
Your only fan?
Probably. Wait, what?
Don't make this episode weird, my friend.
It's too late.
Yeah, you're probably right. So this episode's word might freak you out a little bit, so I don't want you to get scared.
Too late.
I need you to not be afraid of any ghosts.
Is this week's word Zool?
I thought you were going to say Casper.
No.
Yeah. That's a scary ass ghost.
Casper?
Yeah.
Why? Just because he's white as shit?
That's his slogan, right? Casper, the friendly white as shit ghost.
Casper, I'm white as F.
No, I just don't want you to get scared because the word's ghosted. I didn't want you to freak out or anything.
Too late. Wait, what's the word?
Ghosted.
Now I'm afraid.
You ever been ghosted?
Does ghosted seem like a funny word?
Really? Does it?
Well, the problem with ghosts is being haunted, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means they're around more.
It means they're scary.
Well, it doesn't mean that they're scary. Well, it could mean that they're scary, but it means they're around after they're not supposed to be around anymore. Whereas the term ghosted literally means the opposite. Not literally.
Oh, not being
nearly
anymore.
literally.
Gotcha.
Means the opposite.
So like ghost means like you're there now being haunted. Ghosted means you're not there no more.
Right.
Yeah, I guess in theory that's right. So you're not afraid of no ghosted.
Although I guess.
See what I did there? You ain't afraid of no ghosts, Tid?
Wait, explain it again.
You ever seen Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
You ever heard the song? I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
So if you ghost somebody, could you say that you slimered them?
You could say you slimered them. I'm pretty sure you have slimed a few people in your life.
Yeah, actually.
Gross. You want to elaborate on that so people don't use their imagination on you sliming people?
Nope, have at it.
Hashtag slimed. He slimed me.
Apparently you can do that on television.
Ghosted was not a thing, or the term was not a thing when I would have been at the age when I would have got ghosted.
It's definitely gotten a lot more popular since the advent of the cell phone and texting.
Yeah, because I think that's where it came from.
You know, I think another part of it is a term that goes hand in hand with it is leaving somebody on red.
Yeah, ghosted.
Which is funny because I always thought it was leaving somebody unread.
So I thought you meant when you left them on red or green or blue, the colors.
Oh.
Colors.
So you just place a person on top of a color and walk away?
Yeah, it's totally Twister.
Sweet.
Twister. Yeah, ghosted just because we didn't have texting back in the day, which we figured out was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday, yeah.
Awesome.
We didn't figure that out. Dane Cook figured it out.
Okay. Thank you, Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Because we used to actually write letters to each other, and you would have to fold that thing up, find the courage to hand it to somebody. Hopefully by like third period, fourth period, would get that note right back to you. Or heaven forbid you had to go over overnight waiting for somebody to respond to you. And if you didn't get a letter back, that was ghosted back then. But there wasn't a term for that.
Did you ever have a pager?
No, I got a pager when my wife was pregnant with the first baby because we didn't. This is before cell phones were kind of a thing, so we got a pager just to be safe.
Right. Well, like pager was like the first instance that I came across where you could, kind of text, and probably ghosting became more relevant. Like my dad got me the pager so that, if I went out with my friends or something like that, he had a way to get a hold of me so that I would call him back because he didn't know cell phones weren't a thing. So you couldn't just call somebody. You didn't know what phone number they were going to be at. And so he got me the pager, and sometimes I was a bad kid and I was having too much fun and I didn't call him right back like I was supposed to. So that was kind of ghosting in and of itself right then.
Sounds like an only child problem.
It is an only child problem. Well, it's probably not an only child problem. I just happened to be an only child and it was my problem.
And he was good at it. See, I had the opposite. I was the oldest. So my problems were real, which means I didn't have shit. I had to go through all the hell and take care of all the other little heathens below me who, by the time they were my age when I was going through the shit, had everything, every whim they wanted.
Every whim?
Yeah. And I'm not bitter about it at all.
Yeah, you can tell.
Let's just say at 14, I had literally 6 channels of TV. Like with a dial where you had to click it and change it to ABC, CBS, NBC, PBS. And then like channel 3 so you could play your Atari.
But did it have 2 dials? Did you have UHF?
Yes.
Also?
I think they all came with 2 dials, didn't they?
I don't know. Maybe. I definitely had dialed TVs, but I don't remember if they all had 2 or not.
Yeah, because you're a little younger than me. But my little brother, on the other hand, at the same age, he had 150 channels of cable, every video game system you could have, and I think a freaking refrigerator in his room. So, different strokes for different folks, my friend.
So weird.
I'd like to ghost that shit.
Yeah, but I think that like ghosting, even past text, because it was like once the iPhone became a thing, because that was the only thing that let you know whether or not somebody had read what you were sending.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like you would just freak out by nature when you still had the Nokia and you were T9ing yourself to death. Like you would text, and for the most part, people would text you back right away, but you didn't know if they read it immediately or if they had to get back to you. It wasn't until
have we actually said exactly what ghosted is, like what it is?
No, I don't even know what it means. I've just been talking about what I think it means.
Well, from what I think it means, or what it's been told or done, because I'm too old. No one ever ghosts me because I don't text anybody other than the lady I already locked down. So, but it's supposed to be like how you said before, when you could text, they wouldn't show if your text had been read or not. And now that's a big thing. And now that turns into a social problem where you send somebody a text. They've obviously shown that they've read it and then they don't text back. So you've been ghosted.
For the record, for those of you at home, this is why you turn off read receipts.
It's weird because I think the younger generation uses it as a tactic, though. Like they do it on purpose.
Oh, it's a trust tactic. It's just like having your location services set on.
Yeah. So I think a lot of them use that to be like, you don't have to say, no, I'm not interested anymore. You just get ghost the person. And then
Can you imagine playing the telephone game where you both have like a tin can and a string, and the way you find out you get ghosted is just because all of a sudden the string drops?
It just drops. Yeah. Or comes to you on fire.
Right.
But you were talking about the earlier versions of calling, but wouldn't caller ID been the first version of ghosted? Because that was when it was like, oh shoot, I'm not taking that call. I don't want.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true.
It's not technically what you're doing. It's not showing that you've seen it and then you're ignoring it, but it's a version of it.
And there was email before there was text, so technically you could send somebody an email. I even think that there was like instant messaging services before text in the way we have it now, right? Basically, we had those instant messaging services, and you could see when somebody had read something, and then Apple came out with iOS and was like, wait, we can do that for text. Here you go. And then it became more of a thing.
Yeah. Boy, man, technology is the thing, man. What do you always say? The future is now.
Yeah. I don't know that I always say that.
Well, now it's in the past, but the future will be right here in just a second.
Nope.
There it is. There it goes.
Nope.
No,
it's the present and the past. Nope.
No. All right.
It's like free burgers on Tuesday. No. It's like free burgers tomorrow.
Free burgers yesterday?
No, free burgers tomorrow. Because you never actually reach tomorrow. You just leave the sign up.
I saw the best sign for a burger joint. It says, you get 2 burgers for the price of 2 burgers, but the second one's free. Isn't that golden?
It's a little wordy.
Yeah. I think someone would take the time to.
I know you want to regale us with your UD. Just go ahead.
My UD. How did you know I had a urinary tract infection?
That's a UTI.
It's a UDI because I have a dick.
Nope.
Not touching that.
Not how it works. Nope. Definitely not.
He's ghosting that, huh? All right. Yeah, I figure we threw out our knowledge and expertise in the word ghosted. So we should borrow Urban Dictionary's thoughts on it. And ghosted means when a person expresses love, interest, or affection for someone or something, and the person they are speaking to only says ditto. That's kind of a weird...
It's not really ghosted.
Yeah.
Or I don't think so anyway.
When someone you talk to often suddenly stops speaking to you and ignores all your messages, they become a ghost since it's like they are no longer there.
Right. That's ghosted.
That feels better. Ghosted. Inhaling a hit off of a marijuana cigarette or a doobie, as I like to refer to them, and then swallowing it. Which there's got to be a term for, but I didn't smoke enough doobies to be an authority.
Wait, inhaling a hit?
So inhaling a hit off a marijuana cigarette and then swallowing it instead of expelling it.
That would just be inhaling it.
Well, apparently that's ghosted.
Like
I don't understand why that.
I could understand if they said inhaling, then exhaling, and then drawing it back in to swallow it. But if you swallow it after inhaling it, you're just inhaling it. That's not an extra step. That's all part of the same step.
Let's just ask Snoop Dogg. You had him on speed dial.
Just because I lived in the LBC?
Yes.
Just because I served once his classmate, Cameron Diaz.
Did you?
Yeah.
How come you never told me that?
I don't know. Never came up.
Well, it's come up now. But
well,
get him on the phone. I bet he'll ghost you.
Maybe. He's very busy right now with his new meal at Jack in the Box.
And inhaling doobie smoke.
Well, I mean,
if anybody's going to know the term for that, it's going to be Snoop.
Maybe Martha Stewart.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Do you think if we say doobie often enough in this episode that kids will start using the term doobie again?
Only if we say it like Scooby Dooby Doo.
Wait, is that why they call them Scooby Doo?
No, I think they call them Scooby Doo because those guys were smoking lots of doobies when they were inventing Scooby Doo.
What makes you think that? What makes you think that?
A talking dog? Shaggy, who was always high.
You can't prove that he was high.
Scooby snacks.
Okay, what about it?
And back then, that was what, 70s, early 80s. What we had Daphne and Fred. They were preppies, right? They should have been hanging out with those hippies. But they were, because those were the only people who could afford drugs back then.
So you're saying Daphne and Fred supplied the rest of them with drugs?
No. Shaggy grew it. Daphne and Velma perfected the weed. The ultimate doobie.
How?
Because she's smart. And then the preppy kids just hung out with them because they had the good drugs.
Listening to you explain things because it's like 17 trains leaving different stations at different times, not going in any direction that is the same as another. And then all of a sudden crashing into
knowledge in your brain, and it makes complete sense. And you're like, oh, I just blew my mind. I need to smoke a doobie.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's just like they all fall off the track.
But it's fun to watch,
in different
right?
parts of different countries because they were never anywhere near each other.
Really? You don't like my Scooby-Doo theory?
I don't understand how Velma being smart means that she perfected weed.
Well, it takes someone smart to perfect chemicals and drugs, right? Like Breaking Bad.
But why was she... so you're saying they were moving it in the form of Scooby snacks. Is that what you're saying?
True. Well, Scooby snacks are involved.
Weren't Scooby snacks just something that Scooby ate?
No, Shaggy ate them all the time.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch the show very much.
Really?
Yeah. All I know
is you got Scrappy Doo written.
Well, you only have to hear one guy say that he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you lousy kids.
And then take the mask off.
Right, without ever having to see another episode again.
That is true. I will give you that. And you can only see Scooby and Shaggy get scared from...
Scooby-Doo was the birthplace of a true American love story.
Okay, you're going to go somewhere with this, right?
I mean, I was planning on it, yeah.
Can't wait. I'm going to sit back in my chair.
Freddie Prinze Jr. and
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yeah, they met filming that movie, and they've been together ever since.
Holy crap, they have been together this whole time, huh?
Yep.
Well, good on them.
Yeah.
He was going to be the original
Spider-Man. They got so high on that movie.
Yeah.
That they never wanted to be away from each other. Who are the other people in that movie? Who was the guy that played Shaggy?
He's the guy from Scream, and I never remember the guy's name.
Right.
Matt something.
Why does it got to be like that?
Look it up.
It probably is Matt something.
It's Matt something. Yeah, he was known for that and Scream, and that was kind of it.
Who is Velma? Velma was the one that's now a guy, right?
No, Velma was from Linda Cardellini.
Oh, Linda Cardellini, yeah.
From Freaks and Geeks.
Yep.
And then I think she's in the Avenger movies.
MDB
but his
for
name's
anything?
Matthew Lillard. I'm pretty sure.
Lillard, yeah, that's it.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. We're all surprised.
I'm just like a cash cow of knowledge, friends.
You are a cow. Wait.
Moo. So back to the word ghosted.
Right.
You ever been afraid of a ghost?
No, honestly, I don't. The only time I've ever been afraid of anything in that context, and it's really not even that context, is my aunt, my grandmother's sister. When we'd go visit her, she wore wigs.
Oh, this is going to be good.
And so you'd walk by a room and it would just be a bunch of like heads with, like styrofoam heads.
Yeah.
With wigs on them. And that terrified the bejesus out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
Because I didn't understand it. Like at the time I was too young to understand what a wig
sense.
was or why somebody would need it. So all I saw was weird, just hair styles just sitting around a room, and it was terrifying.
But even understanding it, it's still creepy.
Yeah.
It's not a good
But
look.
it's not like the creepiness of what's the high school? Lee Williams? Is that where the kids went?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get or understand any of that. I'm sure there's something about it that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to deny that there are other entities living amongst us that have already passed on. But it is what it is. It doesn't affect me on a day to day.
Okay. I'm a full.
In fact, there are probably some in this room right now.
I hope so. I'm a full believer in I'm like in the Stardust theory, where we're all just Stardust. So I think we're all just energy.
Like Ziggy?
Yeah, sure. We're all just energy. So
Like
it's got to go
The
somewhere.
comic strip Ziggy, not Ziggy Stardust.
Oh, I forgot about the comic strip Ziggy. I hated Ziggy.
Yeah, everybody hated Ziggy.
Really? I thought you said you were going to be like, oh, you don't like Ziggy?
No.
We're going to go off on a tangent on that.
Nobody liked Ziggy.
A lot of people did.
Well, we don't know. They just kept printing shit.
True.
People may have hated it. Did you ever see a Ziggy this is a great pumpkin Ziggy? No.
A Ziggy Zag Peeps episode? No. For Easter? No.
Did you ever see Ziggy's writer retire on top? No. That was reserved for Bill Waters.
I saw Ziggy Strikes Back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's great. Not true. You mentioned the whole room full of heads or scalps, however you want to look at it, freaking you out, which would have freaked me out back in the day too, which we already discussed as a Thursday. Could it have been a Friday though?
Nope.
Okay, Thursday it is. But my grandmother, she had a room full of dolls.
Oh, yeah, that'd be terrifying too.
Yep, pretty much is. And when they get older, the ones that have the eyes that open by themselves, they always have the one that ends up being lazy. And whether that's got anything to do with anything.
Are you terrified of lazy eye?
No, because then I couldn't do this podcast with you.
That's hurtful.
It's not a lazy eye. Your head's just crooked. Right?
I don't know.
You just always look like you're sad. Eeyore. No, I don't.
It's not a sad face. That's just my face.
No, you don't have a lazy eye. It was just the joke was just for the listeners.
No, but here's the thing. So I am weirdly terrified of lazy eye. And
for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know when it started, but I know when I first started to realize it is when I started working in the restaurant industry and I would serve tables and somebody would have lazy eye.
So hard not to look at it.
Yeah. Like, so, and which one do you look at anyway? But so it's this whole thing. And I realized that it was like borderline terrifying to me. And like, I had a really tough time talking to people that had it.
And you panic, right? You're just like,
you absolutely panic. And what made it worse than anything is a few years ago, I was looking at myself in the mirror and I was like, shit, both eyes aren't looking in the same direction. I think I might have lazy eye.
I think I might.
How do you even look at yourself in the mirror at that point?
You turn your head a little bit to the left and then you can see.
Or the right.
Yeah. You just always look at people with your head tilted. You never look like you have a lazy eye. It's just, you're always just, You look suspicious.
Yes, no,
sus.
there is definitely
You look like you're always trying to work something out.
There is definitely
like,
a table that I went up to when I was still working at ESPN Zone, and I had to stop myself from saying, "Oh dear God," because it was like it wasn't like lazy eye. It was like one was looking at me, and the other one was at 90 degrees from that eye, and I was like, "What in the?"
I was gonna say, have you ever had that where you're like someone's looking right at you, but they're both their eyes, you can't even be in their field of vision. It's like talking to a gecko or something. And you're just like, it always seems like they're staring at you like, can you help me? And it's like,
First of all, I have no idea who to help. And no,
I was like, can you even see me right here? You got some peripheral vision right there, my friend. But yeah, that's disturbing. And I'm sorry if anybody has lazy eyes on here because we love you.
It's completely normal.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think we just got ghosted.
Yeah, we definitely lost 3 of our listeners. We're down to 27 now.
If they only have one good eye, who needs them?
They don't have to see anything anyway. It's a podcast.
Yeah, that's why you'd be listening to this.
This is why this isn't a two-way conversation. That's why we talk and people
I just see somebody stocking shelves that's got a really bad lazy eye and they're listening to this and they just love it. And then we get to this point and it just starts crying, starts weaving. Turns us off, deletes us from the app.
They're like, "Oh shit!" and just throws the thing sideways.
It goes the wrong way.
We're dead.
Goodness, yeah, we're done. Canceled. Maybe we should do the word canceled now.
I got to imagine that we would have to be the first thing ever canceled over talking about lazy eye. But help us out, friends. We want to be that thing.
All right, we're trying. Lazy Eye's so far from ghosted. We should take it back to ghosted.
Yeah, all I did was start trying to talk about Lee Williams, and then you bring up crazy dolls with great lazy.
Well, you had brought up the head thing, and I was going to go to the creepy dolls because that was always my thing. That and clowns. So that always had a real haunting thing for me. And then we just got there. You take me to places I don't want to go sometimes.
Well, you're welcome.
Boats and hoes, I tell you.
Boats and or hoes.
Mm-hmm.
So did the kids ever experience the ghosts at Lee Williams?
Liv says she did. I never did. I never hardly even heard anybody talk about ghost stuff like that. But I was in a band. I didn't care. I was too worried about my hair and my tight jeans.
I mean, if you were wearing tight jeans, you would have been pretty warm. So maybe the ghosts helped you out by cooling you down somewhat.
You think so?
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Why not?
Tell you what, I never got ghosted because of them tight jeans. I'll tell you that right now.
You sure about that?
Oh, positive.
Did people like that?
Positive. Ask all my fans.
All right. Give me both of their phone numbers. We'll ask them live right now. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I've gotten ghosted.
I bet we all have.
I'm sure I've ghosted somebody too. I know I ghosted
You ghost
people.
me half the time.
What?
What do you mean what? I love this man to death, but he's either the most amazing responding text guy or the absolute worst.
This is exactly why I don't have red receipts on for him.
Mm-hmm. It's on. It's so on, isn't it? It's on. It's even worse when you don't have red on it.
You have it on for me because I know when you've read.
Yeah, because I look at your shit all the time. Because that's what a responsible, respectful friend does. That's what, what your peeps.
I'm not either of those things.
No, you're not. I'm telling you, he either responds so fast that I don't even have time to put my phone down, or I'm like, dude, I need to answer on this right now. We got to update this right now, and I won't hear from him for like 4 hours.
What's it like to have a job?
Then how do you text when you're at your job that fast?
Because sometimes there's nothing going on at my job.
No, I've been ghosted. My co-host ghosts me all the time.
He does.
I'm gonna start calling him a co-ghosted.
He deserves.
He's not
every bit of it.
Co-ghost. Hashtag co-ghost. You know what? We want to hear anybody's ghosted stories. Everybody's been ghosted probably these days, right? So let's hear a funny one or an awful one, and then we can call them out live.
But we need to know exactly what you said that got you ghosted, because let's be honest, we want to laugh a lot harder at you than we do at the other person.
Maybe I should just pull up some of mine where I got ghosted from you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you're not scared?
You probably said something stupid.
I never say anything stupid. My stuff is golden, and I always back it up with a meme.
We are so many episodes into the podcast. There's no way anybody listening says or believes that you don't say anything stupid.
Why? You've heard how I edited this. I'm a friggin' genius on this show.
Yeah.
I'm a friggin' genius on this show, apparently. It's apparently how I talk.
It is how you talk.
Is it
That's
how
what
I
you-
talk, crikey?
That's what you sound like.
All right. Ghosted. How do you feel about ghosted? Like it? Don't like it?
I like the term. I think it's apt. I don't know for sure that I've ever used it.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. I don't dislike it. And like I said, I think I've probably done it. Have you, well, no, you've been with the same person for so long. You haven't had to ghost anybody.
No, I just get ghosted by like people I thought were my friends.
The people you should ghost. It's all those people calling to collect money from you.
Like you?
Yes.
Okay.
But not limited to me.
Okay.
Also other people.
All right. We'll do that.
Debt collectors and such.
I think I guess everybody's probably ghosted somebody then, because everybody does that.
My favorite thing in the entire world is for one of those numbers to come through and I pick up the phone and I just don't say anything.
Because they have to wait for you to speak, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Ooh, awkward silence.
Mm-hmm. And eventually then, I think they have to wait for you, but after a certain amount of pause, they eventually pick up. And as soon as they pick up, I hang up.
Ghosted. I don't know. It's a fun word. I think it fits. It fits what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that slang.
Yeah, no, it's a good term that it's not the shortening of another word just to save time. It's apt in the sense that it kind of describes, the disappearance of something because, a ghost isn't fully there.
Yeah.
Like we said at the beginning of the episode, like it can also be thought of as being completely backwards of what the definition should be. But
oh yeah, totally.
But for what it's used for, I think it's a great definition.
Yeah. So I like it. I don't like it being done. It's kind of not the funnest thing in the world, especially if it's with somebody you're involved with, like emotionally and stuff. But as a word, as a slang word, yeah, it's one of the few I think so far in the 20 or so words we've done that kind of like, because like you said, it's not a shortening of something else. It's actually taking the kind of a clever idea of what you're actually doing.
It's actually a creatively put together word.
Yeah. So those are the ones I really like. It's not like totes or anything.
Right.
Whew, don't get me started. I'd like to ghost that word.
Can't. Shit. It's here to stay.
Is it?
Well, hopefully not.
Well, hopefully we're here to stay. So hopefully our listeners won't ghost us.
All I hear is crickets. Do you think they already ghosted us?
Damn it. Yeah. Can I blame you on that?
Do you think anybody ever listens to a full episode?
I know I do.
Oh, well, this
Maybe.
is awkward then.
So I should start ghosting myself?
Yeah.
All right. Sounds about right.
Please.
I do have a couple listeners that they always reach out first thing once our episodes are up. So that's kind of nice.
They reach out to you. Nobody says anything to me.
Ghosted.
The only commentary I've gotten since we started this podcast is congratulating me on my new relationship after seeing the Simpsons picture of you with your arm around me.
That's pretty nice though, right? It's on our website if you guys can find it.
Yeah, for you.
Why? Because I look like the man in it?
Yep.
But you have the beard.
I've been a bearded lady before.
Oh, yes, you have. I look really happy in that picture too. Apparently I like beards as well.
Stupid Simpsons.
You have to admit that picture's pretty sweet to be an actual Simpson.
No, yeah, it's absolutely sweet. Like I could have done without the arm around me. It could have been just like
I don't know why
picture.
they did that though. I don't know why they made it with the arm.
Maybe
around
they
it.
listened to our podcast.
Okay, I'll give them that. So I feel like we should figure out a really spooky, scary way to end this podcast episode to mimic Ghosted. What could we do? That's perfect. Thank you. That was awesome. If only you guys could see that.
What do you mean to mimic ghosting?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was being really smart right there.
Yeah, like the only way that would work is we're having a conversation and then one of us just stops.
But mimicking would be like, and one of us is having a conversation, and then he just stops. He just mimics you. Right? Well, let me do it. Let me do better. and one of us is having a conversation and it just stops. Right? Nailed it. Nailed it. Cut. We're good.
I don't know.
Ghosted. Spirit fingers. Ooh, that works.
This is the end of the episode. Ooh.
Spirit fingers. That was phenomenal. Perfect. I'm Dan.
Welcome to the end of another Hangout with Slangout episode.
I'm Dan Spirit Fingers Messersmith.
And I'm Matt Jazzy Hands Keen.
And please keep listening. We love you guys. Hope you like Ghosted.
Well, I'm indifferent about you. He loves you.
Yes, he is indifferent about it. And he's probably going to ghost me after this. I probably won't even see him for the next 3 days. But I'll keep trying. He's loved. He just doesn't understand.
It's only child syndrome, man.
Okay. Then I'll see you on the next one. I mean, I said I'd see you on the next one. Hello? I'm getting scared, guys. All right, I gotta go. I'm scared.
Ooh.
What's a catchphrase for ghosts? Boo. Right?
Yeah.
Boo.
Now when you say it like that,
All right.
I want to suck. Oh no, that's Dracula.
I want to suck your beehole. Right?
No.
Is everyone? Should we do it Australian?
Go ahead.
I'd like to. Another shrimp on the bobby. I'd like to suck your beehole.
I like how you have to say.
I gotta ramp myself into it.
You have to say another shrimp on the barbie.
What's sad is
to warm yourself up, but you can't even do it wrong.
I'm like ramping myself up, but I fall off the ramp before I can even get there. Right?
Another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh, maybe the dingo ate your ghosted
Maybe
baby.
that dingo ate your ghost baby.
See, all I gotta do is throw a word inside that sentence, and I can make it work. So I'm just gonna have to say every word and then splice it together. This is the ghosted episode. Well, what the hell was that?
I don't know. That was like poor little British man.
Did I just do British accent? Oh my god, I'm stopping now. I'm good. I can put that on my resume.
But it
right?
wasn't like it was like it was like a person trying to do a British accent,
But I did it, and you guys heard that, right?
but then like failing.
No, I'm good. I'm out. Great episode. I got a British accent. Thank you, Ghosted.